He's been a major part of my career. We came up together through the local bands. We evolved into, deciding to leave Queens and go to Boston to study music, New England Conservatory music. We had the fortunate blessing to both be in Chaka Khan's band in the '83, the Ain't Nobody tour. He playing guitar, me playing saxophone, obviously. And that time he went on to Jeffrey Osborne and he toured. And then finally he committed himself to just producing me. And now he's moved on to just doing management, my brother Fareed.
This is Fareed, and you're watching Blaq Brilliance with Raleigh Hall.
Fareed, thank you for coming.
Honestly, I think the biggest impact on us is that we're in a neighborhood where people communicated. When we were younger, parents talked to other parents about the children. You can check a child when he was, out of bounds, you're out of order. And then we had basements. So having basements allowed us to perform off the streets, in the house, developing our craft, and also being the supervision of the parents upstairs. So I know when we were younger, we would rehearse at our house, and around 11 o'clock, the lights would start flickering, tell us it's time to shut it down.
In the basement.
In the basement. Yeah, so Queens notorious for having basement bands and Battle of the Bands, so the neighborhood is what really brought us to where we are. Our mutual attorney, Everett Hopkins, he's like the grand wizard, the grand poobah.
Phenomenal, he's phenomenal.
We all grew up together, literally around the corner. You didn't have to cross the street to get to each other's house. So we came up like that. And he's a couple years older than me, but they would let me hang out, But this is what's important about this neighborhood, because when you're younger, 2 or 3 or 4 years make a big difference. But those guys, even if I couldn't participate in the sport, they'd let me hang out and watch. So now we're all contemporaries, but it's because they shared the game with us early.
Well, I think you said it best, that it was the communication. It was the basement band.
That's it.
Najee had commented about the garage band that we all came up with.
That's right.
From house to house.
That's right. We would be out there with equipment and we'd take the carts from the supermarket and we're pushing out amps and stuff in the street from house to house. Yeah, I mean, that's how we did it. I was outside trying to get into a backstage of a Roy Ayers concert, and they let me in, and Roy and I became friends. And Roy started giving us game. He started letting me come to the studios, let Najee come to the studios, and he started telling us things, a lot of stuff that some of the neighborhood guys didn't get. I was playing with Jeffrey Osborne, and we were out in LA, and Bill Cosby was backstage, and it was in the 80s, and he turned to me, he said, "You look like you're gonna be somebody, so let me give you some advice." I said, "Yes, Mr. Cosby," because he had the Cosby Show out, so I'm tripping. He says, "Listen, I made $98 million this year, and I signed every check." He said, "So when you start making money, you sign all your own checks." And to this very day, so I have to thank Mr. Cosby for that advice, I watched our money. And now I'm behind the scenes. I don't do the music as much anymore, the production anymore, because we have all these companies and somebody's got to protect the legacy that we built. And that's my lane.
I'm privileged to have you in the seat.
Oh man, it's my privilege to be back in the neighborhood. This is a good thing. Now I'm grateful. God has been better than better to us, man. Favor has really smiled upon us, so we're both very grateful.
Right here in Queens, we are favor fertile. And that favor fertileness, it translates to your culture and your rich land that you only maybe think of right now. But let that be the reality. As sure as Najee's getting on the stage tonight, as sure as Fareed is here and told you where we came from, let communication be the key of your relationships. And let me say, most of all, your relationship with God. Communicate with Him. Strengthen yourself. Get your mind right. Be stable at heart, because there's better yet to come. As sure as this man sits right here, I'm confident it's going to happen for you. This is your man, Raleigh Hall, and that's Blaq Brilliance, baby. Right here in Southeast Queens, Jamaica, where your man, Raleigh Hall, is from, and Najee and Fareed keeping it strong. Together, we finish as strong as we start. Together. Thank you.